What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'll be showing you guys how to design this landing page design with Pixellab. So this is like the home page of a website that is selling Nike shoes. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we've opened up our Pixellab. So let's start by adjusting our image size. So the width is going to be 960, and then the height is going to be 540, and we click on OK. So that's what we have. So I'll delete everything on screen. Then let's start by I'm going to import sample color palette that I made to make the exercise very easy. So we're going to be taking our colors from here. Alright, so let's go for a background and start applying colors to our background. So the first color I'm going to apply to a background is this. My background color, it's not pure white though, it's a little bit ashy. Just ash. Alright, then the next is I'm going to need a circle. I'm going to add a circle, insert it. You can edit it before you insert it. And then the color of this circle, I'm going to take it from my color palette that I made. So I'll click on that plus sign, click on the bulb, and then I click on the element I want to extract the color from, and I click on the color that I want to use. So it's this color, and I'll insert it. So that is my circle. Now send this to the back. Alright, so that's my circle. Next thing we need is a rectangle or square, and you can as well insert the color at once. Insert the color at once. Go to your palette and take the color from there, and you insert it. Alright, now I'm going to send this to the back as well, because the circle is on top of it. Another thing that I need is another square, and I'm going to work on the radius to about 10%, like that. Okay, and the color for this is going to be a gradient actually. So I'm going to go to gradient, click on the plus sign. So these are the two colors. So I'll click on this first color, click on the color icon, click on the bulb, and I'll pick the first color, which is this. I insert it, click on the second color, because the gradient has just two colors. Repeat the process, go to the element, and I pick this last one. So this is the gradient we're going to use for this. The gradient we're going to use for this shape. Okay, so we're going to insert it as well. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so we have our measure element already. So one thing we need now, we can apply our grids to know how we're going to be careful the way we work, to make sure we respect our alignment. So I'm going to set up my grids. Set up my grids. I want to set up my grids like this. Then I'm going to delete some of these grid lines. I think this 4 is very much okay. So I'm going to set it up. These are the ones I'll be working with. Okay, so we need the Nike logo. Next thing we need So you move it to the right position. Perfect. Okay. So next thing is we need the write-ups. We have here the write-up. Here we have men. The size for this write-up is going to be 24. Like that, and the color is going to be black. And then you move it to the right position. Okay, so I'm going to make that bold. Let's look at how it's going to look like if it's bold. Perfect. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy this, and I'll use the same to set up the other write-ups. So we have men, here we have women, so I'm going to edit this to women. Okay, and the next I'll copy this. I use my position button, move it faster, increase the movement speed, and I'll set up collection. Next thing we have is collections, like that. So edit this to collections. Okay, we have it already, so circle has to extend right up to this point. To work more on the circle. Yeah, that's it. So the circle has to be more like that. Okay guys, so next thing we need the Nike. Well, first of all, let's get to put our numbers by the right hand side. So let's start with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a circle, small circle. Okay, and I'll give it the same color, this color, and I'll give it a stroke. I can insert it before I give it a stroke, it doesn't really matter. Stroke, black stroke actually. Stroke width of maybe 2 or 3, and I reduce the size. Move it to the right position. Increase my movements. Okay, now I'm going to reduce that stroke, it's too much. So a stroke of 2 is enough. Yes, 2 is enough. Stroke width of 2 is more than enough, so I'm going to pull this up. Increase the size a little bit. Right, perfect. So we have that. Now we're going to put our numbers in it. The text, the fonts we're going to be used here is we're going to be using first let me write it up before I determine the font we're going to use for this. we're going to be using Amaranth Bold. Yes, this is the right font. Alright, so this is the font we're going to be using to write the numbers. Okay guys, so let's set it up. Okay, so we have that one. See what happens. Now reduce the size a little bit. 54. I think that's enough. Alright, so I'm going to copy this number and just edit it for the other ones. Okay, that's what I'm just going to do. So I'll just copy it. I'm going to repeat this so we do all the numbers. So here we have the second number, number 2. Now we need to respect alignment here. So we have 1, 2. Now we have to do the same for 3. Okay, so edit this to 3. Insert it, duplicate, repeat the process. Repeat the process. So this is going to be 4. Edit this to 4. Alright guys, so we have our numbers set up already. Alright, and then next thing is I'm going to copy this circle up here. Remember that's a circle, so I'm going to look for it here and I'm going to duplicate it and I'll have it here. And then I'm going to give it a black color, so I'm going to edit it and make it black, and I can take off the stroke that's attached to it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to position it. I'm going to position it here. Use my position button to move it properly. Alright guys, so here this button we're going to put up, this is where we'll have the plus sign. So I'm going to duplicate one of the numbers, edit it with the plus sign. Then I'll give it, anyway, let me bring it there first. Bring it there first. And I give it a white color. It's not really white. Color from the ash color from the background, so that's what I'm going to give it. Okay, and then I push it up. Just try to make it to be in the middle. So I'm trying my best to rush this video so it doesn't take time. So you just make sure you make yours perfect. Make sure yours is perfect, please. Okay, so we have that. Now beside this 3 button, there is an option for next. So I'm going to take, and the size is the same size as one of these tabs on top here. So I'll just copy one of the tabs and edit it to what I want. So it's going to be next button dash. All right, this is what we're going to put there. Okay guys, so that's what we have. Right, another thing we have to do here is to put the number 1 up here. So it's to show that this is our first item. Or first of all, let's wait with that. Let's import our main man, the item itself. So I'm going to import the shoe. I'm going to go to my gallery and I'll import the shoe. Okay, I can just crop it up, crop off all this empty space. I can crop it off, and going to centralize it, going to reduce the size, put it like that. Okay, so let's edit this shoe by giving it a, we also have to give this shoe a shadow. Now to shadow, so we have to work on this shadow, the Y. So we're going to work on it off the Y axis, which is going to be plus 19. Okay, but the shadow color is too thick, so we have to reduce it, and we blur it 25 like that. So that's how you work on the shoe. It's pretty easy, guys. All right, so the next thing we need to add is the item number up here, which shows number 1. So we can copy any of these numbers and we write and edit it, because it's the same font, 0, 0, 1. Then we bring it to the right position. That, give it a white color like that, item number 01. Okay, we have that shoe. The next thing we have to write now is our Nike or Nike here. So the font we're going to be using for that is Montserrat Black. That's the font I use, Montserrat Black. So I'm going to write Nike. I'll go to my fonts. So this is the font we're going to be using, and we're going to give this a pretty white color like that. So we can all see that the concept is gradually coming out. There's no more work, we don't have much work to do here anymore. So we have that. like that. Okay, so now the next thing we need, oh excuse me for that. All right, so next thing we need, there are 3 dots down here we need to put, so we put that with writing period or full stop 3 times. That's the idea for that concept. And then you give it a color, white. Okay, you can bold it, and then you bring it to the right position. So I'm going to move it with my move button, then I bring it down. So that is it. All right guys, next we have the discover write up around here. So we don't really need this color palette anymore, so I can lock it. Where is it? Lock it, make it invincible. We don't really need it anymore. Okay, we will use it later anyway. Right, so we have to write the discover, and we'll be using Monserrat Black to do that as well. So write discover, click on it, rotate it up to 90 degrees like that, and then choose your font. So I'm just going to go to my recent because I still have that font there. Okay guys, so choose your font and you have it like that. So that's what we have. Alright guys, perfect. Now we need the line. We insert the line with a square, we give it a black color, and we transform it into a line. Like that's what we need. So I'm going to shift this one to like that a little bit, because there have to be a great straight line there. Okay, then last another element, sorry, we need here this 9 squares. So to do that, you need to actually insert 9 squares. Okay guys, need to insert 9 squares. Try to make them like that. Let me say I'll put them like that. So I can insert 1 square, I'll duplicate it, and use the next one to like position it. So I'll work with 3 of them. So let me work with 3 of them. Let me put one here just to make it easier. I'll take the second one, go to the same spot like that. Make sure they are really having a proper alignment, guys. It's very important. This alignment is not proper. Alright, so you have to be really careful here. Alright, so you duplicate again, repeat the process. Alright, this one is not okay. Alright, so try as much as possible to make sure they are on a straight line before. So I'm just going to merge them. I don't know if this is perfect. Don't want to waste my time using grids to make it super perfect, guys, but I'm going to merge them like that. Right, so I'm going to merge these three squares. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate this 3 to make another 3, and I add them up like this. Right, so I'll do the same again. I take do another duplicate and I bring it there as far as I can to form the third one. So that's how I actually made the 3 squares. You can actually insert the squares one after the other if you wish. It's going to be up to you. Alright, this is not straight, so I'm going to have to work on it a little bit. The second one is not straight. I think it's okay, so I'm going to merge all 3 of them. If it's not okay, you just make sure when you want to do this, make sure yours is okay. Alright, so I'm doing this sake for a tutorial. Okay, oh god, help me. Alright, so we're going to place it here. So that's kind of like almost the last element we need, but not quite. Bring it down a little bit. And as for the line, okay, there's a right top that's supposed to be here saying new. Okay, so the right top, I just did that with the default Pixellab font. Like I really did not really write anything, just rotate it. So I edited this out and then I brought this one right down. Okay, so there we go. Then we're going to reduce the size to about 30 will do, I think. 32 is okay. Then let's work on it. Alright guys, so there we go. Now we have a small right top here that says available colors. Okay, so I'm going to use this text I just used to write in new, and I'll edit it to available colors. So I just duplicated it. Available colors. Insert. Oh, sorry about that. So if you're having issues, or if you have issues that you'll be disturbing your elements, what you need to do is lock them up. If you don't want to have that issue, just make sure you lock them up. So we're going to do available colors here. Now for us to do that, we're going to insert a circle, because we have 3 color patterns that we have to show them. Insert one circle, and you're gonna like centralize it, put it in the middle, give it any color of your choice. Okay, like any color is okay. And then insert another one, or you duplicate this one, give it a white color. Also centralize it, and then you reduce the size. Okay, that's what you need to do, reduce the size. So I'm going to reduce the size here with my finger, and then I centralize it again. Reduce it again, centralize it. All right, I think this is good. I'm going to merge these two. Then I'll go to my erase color button, highlight the shape, go to erase color, turn it on. Right, and then this is what you're going to have. You're going to have something like this. This one is really thin. Okay, let's bring it down and see what happens. All right, here. All right, not the best though. Okay, so we're going to have it like that. So we're going to put our available colors here. We have black. This is really not the best what I want, so I'm going to reduce the size of this a little bit. Then this is small. Anyway, it's good. Reduce the size, something like that. Okay, it's too small. I think this is okay. But anyway, try to make sure yours is very visible like that, because for available colors, what I can do, I can actually give this a stroke if I want. I can give it a stroke, but I'm just going to let it be like that, and then I'll give the available colors. So the color palette that I made it invisible, I'm going to actually make it visible now because I will need them. Okay, so the first color here is going to be black. Then I'm going to duplicate the circle, repeat the process. I'll bring it down, not actually create a new one, just bring it down, put it by the side. So the next color we have, we're going to take from the color palette and give it to the second one. So we're going to take this. Is that visible enough? Right. Next, duplicate this, bring it back, bring the last one down. Alright, you can see I'm really trying to follow my alignment as best as I can here. Alright, so the last color here, we're going to take it again from the color palette. Is that alright? So this is going to show the available colors of this design. Wow. Okay, so it's as simple as that, guys. So we are done with the exercise. So what I can do now, I'm going to keep my color palette invisible, and we're done with the design. Alright, so all you need to do now is check if you have any little editing you need to do it up. Or as you can see, these particular colors that I circled, they are very, very thin, so try to make yours thick. I didn't want to repeat the process. Okay, that's just it. So that's it for the exercise. I'm going to save it up in my phone. And I can actually choose to make it a PNG image. Then I save it. Alright guys, so we're done with that landing page exercise, and we're done with it. So you can see it's very easy. You can actually create landing page concept on your smartphone using Pixellab. You just need to practice hard. So if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Goodbye.